like a light, lighting up in the dark. You make it right, I forgot how to act, it's so classic. Every time you make me nervous and I lose my words. It's been a while since I forgot the most simple words. I feel calm when you're around, like nothing can break me. Now I know why it never worked out before. High low, it would always turn out bad, so bad. But every time we start a fight, we always stop in time. We both know how to be gentle, never cross the line. I feel calm when you're around, like nothing can break me. Sometimes, but I know we're safe. Two peas in a pod, a roller coaster to walk out the door. We could be in control, but we just keep on putting on a show. And baby, I don't mind it. Let them talk, they don't get it. That we are two peas in a pod.
What's up, chat? Hey, Darian X, welcome to stream. What was I doing? I think I got most of this Abbey. I am so happy I didn't have infinite reach on just then. I think I have most of the Abbey pretty much finished. Like, we could add some like benches here. Hello. How's your Thursday going? How's the tail end of the week treating ya? But yeah, we've worked on this church for quite a while now. It's day 7 of all of this, you know, because we had to restart a day. And I'm very happy with the progress. It's just a little bit more furniture, figuring out like how we want to do roofs in some places. I think this came out really well. Oh, that came out so well. And I did go in and I added a bit more just like on the floor, just kind of blended a little bit more. I don't know if that's helping or not. And more in here. I also made sure to go in and we lit some things up. So I actually have lighting when the shaders are on and I'm not playing at max bright. There it is. And you see we actually have some light in here. Yeah, everything's kind of really tight, so I was limited on what I could do, but I did do like these, and I was pretty happy with this because we have a no updates, nothing updates in Axiom. I was able to do this. That's a bit of a, that is definitely illegal. Yeah, definitely illegal. So I'm happy with this though. I played around with these different like stair types in the walls just to add a bit more. I probably could have done it up here too, but just to add a bit more character to everything. I think that came out really nice as well. Makes it not look as flat. I got to get more lighting up here, obviously, but I'm just, yeah, I don't want to burn out working just on this, on the church, and I know that it's supposed to be in one big forest. So I was gonna grab a small plot over here and just start building a couple of trees, and just kind of vibe doing that for a little bit. So let's go ahead and clear out all of our inventories. I don't know if there's a quick way to do this. It's kind of just this. All right, there's that. Inventory's gone. I wonder if I can get a vertical color field if I do a vertical selection, or if it's all going to just try to place it on the bottom layer. But yeah, I've enjoyed our progress. You can see like the circle on the inside. We were playing around with some different designs before we got to the one that we settled on in here. I think this one's even different from that, but we actually ended up settling on. Boop. Yeah. You see, I have a lot of depth using stairs and slabs up here. All this, I think that all came out really well. So let's go ahead and I guess just right over here. How do I want to do this? I've always been a fan of using wool. 8, 9, and 10. Did make it an 11. 20. Oh, I'm smart. Yeah, that makes sense. Axiom move tool to count the box. You're right, I can. Yeah. If we do this, we'll see it's 21 blocks right there. That should be good. And that'll give us a nice center. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for our trees, it's mostly just going to be a bunch of like real basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oaks and birches. I'm not really planning on doing anything too wild. I don't even have any reference images. I'm just gonna kind of freehand a couple of trees and see what happens as we get going. I think that should start us off with some basic plots, though. Oh, you know something else I can do? We're gonna use our move tool one more time. Grab all the way out to here, and we're just gonna lift this up by a single block. Yep. And that way, whenever we go to do a grab all, I don't have to worry about accidentally grabbing literally everything here. So real quick, let's grab some just glass. Okay, so I definitely have, that's weird. I definitely have, continuity. I think that's the mod. It's not, it doesn't look like it's working. Use the Optifine connected textures. Missive, custom, connected textures. I don't know how to... Does it only work whenever my shaders are on? Doesn't work when shaders are on at all. Interesting. Well then, we'll just do this. That'll do it. Some nice fake dirt, I guess. Or fake grass, I should say. But yeah, I like to build at least one block up, kind of like I did over there, at least a few blocks up or something. So that when we use the magic select, we can do, we can like magic select the whole thing. I can quickly extrude all of this away and magic select my whole tree. I don't have to worry about accidentally grabbing the entirety of the world, which is always super annoying to work around. That's why a lot of times I'll also just like work in a void world, but I digress. Is that my center? I don't think that's my center. One good thing with this is I can easily see, so that's the center one. I'm off by a single block. Okay, so I think first things first, we're going to start kind of small. Now, I know I said oak, but I'm going to stay away from the oak blocks. Like, spruce is just too good. Alright, music. That's how you want to be. Let's get epic with it. And of course, dark oak for like the darker interior parts. And then we can get into the light. And we can use oak as we brighten out. Let's see. You know what I might do? Actually, let's just go ahead and build a bar of each type. 2, 3, stripped, and that. Definitely forgot the gate. Can't forget the gate. Nor can you forget the trapdoor. Where would builders be without the spruce trapdoor, am I right? I know I'm right. As you know my OCD. What else was I gonna do? It was oak, spruce, dark oak, and everything nice. Brilliant trees, not Powerpuff Girls, but you get me. Go away. How's that looking? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And then for leaves, we want oak, spruce, dark oak, which are somehow brighter. Birch, it gets a little darker. Let's see. Yeah, it gets a little brighter. I think that's our dark to bright scale. Dahlia being the brightest. Yeah, I think that's our... And that's if we wanted to stick with just leaves, let alone any of the other plethora of greens we have, which is a lot. We can get into the coppers, we can get into all sorts of different kinds of blocks using that. But okay. Yo, Fireball. Hey, Dino. How are you doing? Did you guys have a good time with that game? I didn't get a chance to catch a lot of that stream. Although Ames is begging for me to get it, so I'm assuming, yes, it was fun. Amazing game? Oh, that's awesome to hear. Alright, so we're going to start off with small. Ah, my no updates is on. Oh, before I turn that off, Dino, let me show you some of the interior. You weren't here. I'm going to fly over here right quick. So, we have the exterior, which, you know, I've shown off a couple of times. I don't think you've seen the progress I made on the interior. We did some lighting, which I'll show this with shaders in just a second. In here, we're just going to end up putting some benches, but I just don't want to right now. And I got to do some, like, rafters for the roof. I got to do something for that. I'm very happy with how this came out. I think that came pretty close, to, as close as I can get to the reference image. I'm supposed to have to put three statues or bust right here, and I just don't know how I'm going to do that yet. It's probably going to be some form of which, by the way, let me know if the music is louder to me. It's too good. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check out the game. Got a little bit in my ears. That's probably gonna be armor stance. I haven't done too much. Music is fine. Good to know. You come in here. This is the war room. You're supposed to be able to, like, look over. And all of this, it is pretty close to the reference image we had that we were working with. Here, let me pull up this reference image. You can see here, like, this balcony with this. This is, like, this sharp, whiter color. It's kind of everywhere in the Abbey. And that's kind of what I was trying to replicate here. I don't know if it came out well. I know it's a really bright color, but I'm hoping it still looks good regardless. Looks nice. Awesome. With a library over here. Pretty happy with how quickly I was able to get these bookshelves up. Yeah, a bunch of shelves. We have a shelf here. I don't have anything back here yet, but we'll get something. It's supposed to be a little study area. I believe the mage or priest trainer's back there. You come up here. I had this little window block from the create mod. And I was like, why not just throw it there? Decoration. I have avoided putting too much furniture around because I don't want this to get too tight. And it's supposed to be another study area with more trainers. I'm really happy though with up here, and I'm not yet. There's a lot of colors going on, and I'm hoping it's not too many. I'm very, like, I did a little Axiom trick here to get that working. Although that could be like a piece of netherrack and be the exact same. But look at these stairs. I went in and I did the little, like, with the stairs all over the place to add just a bit more texture, and I think it came out really cool. Kind of like that. And the idea is that when shaders are on, you can actually see shadows. Boom. Look at this. Look how much difference lighting makes. Looks cool? Yeah. Look at that. I do need to go in and do a bit more on these over here. It's just kind of a... I just haven't yet. Like, I could do this. I was having a lot of fun last night doing it, though. It was almost kind of relaxing going in. Almost like... It kind of reminds me of what I assume Chiseling Bits is like. I guess I might as well just wrap this up now. I'm already doing it. Something like that. Yeah, just to give it like a bit more of a brick look without having to add more blocks. Like granted, like you would have, in order to do this in the game, I don't know if you could do this in survival at all without a lot of work. And of course double whiting things, which I didn't want to do. I haven't lit anything up here yet. That goes up to the belfry, which we haven't really built. But yeah, I think especially once we get the shaders on and you can see the lights, I think even the reflections actually work really well with this kind of build. But now, trees. Didn't you say you were building a tree just the other night? You never did post a picture. No updates. Just an outline? Fair enough. Here's the thing, to be like, I've kind of done this all over the place. I've been using Tinker all over the place. I'm kind of tempted to just keep it up. That wasn't actually supposed to break there, but I guess screw it. That's not a good shape, though. You're gonna have to lurk. You need a good rest. 8-hour car ride. Oof. Enjoy that. You could always watch the VOD. The whopping like 3 to 4 hours I tend to stream. But yeah, enjoy your rest. Go get it. I don't like how that's shaping up to be. Quackbot has a good idea there. He agrees with your idea. That's what that is. Down at the end. Have a good one? Yeah! And yeah, I'll definitely be posting them. Thanks, Packbot. I need to rewrite that to make it a bit less like that, though. They really should add debugging into survival. What would it hurt? And leans a bit. Oh, that's why. I'm losing the center of this. Hold on. Not very good with trees, if you guys can't tell, but I'm gonna keep poking and prodding until I get it to a place where I'm happy. I think that, just like a nice little tree right there. I have to get more, any more complex than this. We have a little tree, and then we go up one bigger. One second. I like being able to quickly tell where my center is. I don't know why, it makes my OCD happy. It's one of those little things. Now I don't have to recount this 20 times. Bam. Alright, what's next? Evening tree stream. Yes. How you doing, Evil Dead? How's the day? Definitely one of my weaker things are trees, which is kind of ironic considering some of my previous builds. But I'm not going to get better if I don't just build some, and that's what we're here for. Chilling, just ordered some pizza. I'm doing great. I just ate my leftover lasagna. That's what I ended up having for dinner. I want that to be the darker one. That could be darker too. We'll just kind of go up from here. Ooh, I know what I want to do. One, I want to replace that, but then I want to get a dark oak. right there. And now we can drop the oak leaves there. Any particular types of trees? Some oakish and some birch looking ones for the forest that we're going for. It's kind of a standard it's kind of a standard forest, if you will, because this is going to be for like the Elwyn Forest, Northshire Abbey. So a lot of these trees are going to be real small, and then we're going to get up to some much bigger ones, of course, because Warcraft has very large trees, and I definitely want to lean into that. But I figured if we start small and kind of build our way up into it, it'd feel good. Let's see if we do a spruce. No. No. Thank you so much for the redeemed quack. Oh, these really small ones are starting to look like ones that you would see in like in a city. I mean, we might come back to some of these whenever we build up Stormwind or whatever, and we can grab some of these as well. I'm like, should I punch out this one? It makes it look kind of flat, but if I punch out this and do that, that makes it kind of fat. If we do this, no, not there. Right there. I'm never ever going to be happy with any tree I make. I think I'm learning this. Made your first willow tree the other day. It's not the that's pretty sure happy tree. Excellent use of that emote for sure. But awesome. That is awesome to hear. I think that did a bit better. And this looks like it's a bit too shaved off. So how about, I think... What else can I put in here to make it... I think that helps. I'm pretty sure I have something that's changing leaves for like... That's culling them. Let's see. That are not visible. This card changes. Oh well, I'll look later. Let's see what happens with. Oh, you definitely get a lot more of the color this way. For sure. Obviously, shaders makes everything look better, but I'm not displeased with this guy anymore. We're gonna kind of keep trucking along. 1, 2. We also have a winery we're gonna have to make. I have the pale oak stuff. I have the pale garden stuff. Do I have the... Oh no. What's the word I'm looking for in my brain? I can't remember the name of the pale garden block. Oh, but you know what? I can do this. There it is. Yes! I have resin. We have resin. See? We wanted to make it like a fruit tree. We can definitely do that. We do have the armor stand mod, so I can do that as well. But I think the resin, we're definitely going to use resin to make our, to make some parts of some of this. We have a winery to make as well, and I think I'm going to use resin there for sure. What happened to the shipwreck and octopus build? Nothing really happened to it. I wrapped the build. But I am not playing on the Artisan Collective anymore. Nothing bad like that. I wanted to focus on creative building above all else. Hence all of this. I was just having a lot of fun doing creative. It's kind of the vibe I found myself enjoying the most. So I took my departure from the Artisans. Now I might grab that build again. I have since I have the create mod here, I might even grab the working one and mess around with that. I think I might grab the Kraken one when we do Stormwind, because they have a big harbor. It might be kind of fun to put a monster out there. Why not? We definitely can. I think with this one, we're going to go ahead and start getting a bit bigger. Yeah. Do it makes me happy? Yeah. Well, it was that. It's also like, it's easier for me to stream. It was just kind of the content I was aligning with a bit more. It wasn't anything like any of the Artisans did or anything like that. I had an absolute blast playing with everybody, and I'm still playing with a lot of them. But yeah, I just kind of needed a change and to better focus what I was going to be building. What if, like, this, and then... do it one more time here. No. There. There it is. I think a nice little split tree is the way to go. All right. Gonna just fill in some space right quick. I'm not gonna try to use any little Axiom shortcuts just to fill in the leaves yet. Also because usually I don't make them come out pretty good. Bruce there. Aze's goal is to just build like probably like 100, 200 different trees. Not handcraft every tree that we're going to be using in the forest, but over the course of like this entire series, I want to just build a lot of everything, but definitely a lot of trees and landscapes. Another big reason I picked Azeroth for all the worlds to like copy. One, I like it. It's cool. It's fun. And two, for all of its flaws, nobody can really say the artists aren't the absolute best at what they do. They're just absolute monsters at what they do. I need both of these to just really puff out a lot more. Okay, I did say I wasn't going to do it, but I think I am going to do it. So let's grab you. Let's grab you, you, you. That's why we do these things. Grab our shape. We're just going to do our... all our spruce. Metaball. Diameter does not need to be very big, and we don't want an offset. We do want to keep our existing because we don't want to override our blocks. And that's why the diameter doesn't need to be very big. But our range can be a bit higher, and what I do... Wow, that was actually really quick. Look at that. Pump range a little bit more. Excuse me. Let's do this, and then all we need to do is come in here, disconnect right here. Kind of satisfying. Long leaves. Okay, that worked out a lot better than I thought it would. It does look a little... Hold on. It does look a little crowded. Don't worry, we're going to get in and clean that up. But that worked out a lot better than I thought it would. Wait. Why are they disappearing? You guys are attached to stuff. Chat, why is my tree dying? Besides the fact that I can turn off no tick and no updates. Today would be the day that Dino needs to go take a nap because... Why is my tree dying? I don't understand. I've never seen that happen from Axiom before. Alright, I turned off no updates, and it's... Okay, that clearly didn't stop anything. I've never seen that happen before. Someone forgot to water the tree. That must be it. Random tick speed, maybe? I mean... Yeah, that's why it's ticking, and I can turn off tick speed. That's perfectly fine, but like... Poor K. Why? Because I've placed tons of leaves. Like, even out in the air, I've placed tons of leaves. I've never... What's happening there? Let's see. So, like, if I just place this, is this just all going to go away? Oh, that's so fast, too. Interesting. Yeah, the other tree, the ones I placed by hand aren't. Only the ones by Axiom. Interesting. I've not had that happen before. Give me just a second. I'm checking out the Axiom, or maybe, you know, I bet Calvin might know. Tempted to ask in there. Yeah, let me ask him. Well, let me ask in the Axiom in the Axiom Discord right quick. All right, I'm going to put that right there so I can keep it up just in case someone replies to me. But yeah, okay. So one thing I am going to check, we're going to grab this, go ahead and delete that. So if I grab this, since this is with the Axiom tool, okay, so the Axiom copy paste isn't doing it. It's just the one that I like placing there. Interesting and annoying. Okay, yeah, the whole tree died. The whole tree's dead. It's dead, chat. I don't know why I'm picking that up like I can't, like they won't just despawn. Maybe one of my, I can't even think of it being any of the performance mods that I'm using, because a lot of my performance mods are straight up from... I don't need the magic select, the shape tool. Meta ball, keep existing. Interesting. Okay, if I turn off... Oop, I didn't mean to do that. If I turn off the no updates, that kind of turns off tick... No, it doesn't turn off tick speed, I don't think. Let's see. No updates. Nope, that didn't do anything. That's already disappearing. I can see it. Bob Ross want you to do it by hand. I guess. That's so bizarre. All right. Well, you know what we'll do then? We're going to do the exact thing we did. We're not going to do it by hand. I'm just going to get clever with it. We're going to do a diameter of 2. And instead of leaves, we'll use lime concrete. How about that? Like, I've placed leaves. I've placed a ton of leaves. Like, don't think for a second I did my big bonsai, cherry bonsai, without placing a ton of leaves. I definitely have. It's so bizarre. how's that already really good? I think the tool is sick, right? It's the one right here is meta ball. That's the key because it wraps it around. So it really only worked because I already placed the branches and in good spots, and I got lucky with where I put the branches, and I was like, I think this is the way I want the tree to kind of shape out, and then we can do this. And honestly, like, oh man, concrete for like a low poly tree is actually kind of goated. That's actually kind of sick. That's actually kind of sick. I would not hate a build style, a low poly build style. I'm loving what I did over here, but there is a part of me that's terrified. Like from a distance back here, phenomenal. I'm really happy with it, but as I get real close, I am scared that I use too many colors. Especially like inside here, I've been second guessing this for like 48 straight hours, but that's cool. All right. Well, so we do the spruce leaves down here, because those are the dark ones. Birch up here. Oh, no, actually, the oak leaves are up here. Birch are in here. And more oak right there. Head to my Discord. Thank you, Quackspot. I do advise everyone to head to my Discord. It's also where I have the shopping list for gold. Especially for you guys, if you've been hanging out for a little while. I have a whole, and I got a better word that in the bot that I have a whole redemption system that's outside of Twitch. It's just run by the bot, and yeah, it's if you guys wanted to build inside of this, a build that made for you inside of this, kind of like a lot of what Calvin does. If you guys are watching Calvin, I talked to him, and him and I might have he knows that I stole some of his ideas. He knows what's up. He's an artist. He gets he knows the how it go. Oak leaves up here. But yeah, it's worth checking out. I have the whole redemption list sitting in my Discord. If it's not easy to find, let me know, and I'll make that change. Birch leaves down here. Actually, some of these should be spruce and then birch here. What I can do actually is for some of this, we're going to do the oak leaf and then birch in here. Actually, that should be a spruce, an oak leaf, birch. And then what we do is we take, instead of block, we do block state. That's why I lifted this up off the ground. Not block state, solid. So I don't grab literally all of this for 10,000 blocks. I don't want to do that. But we take this, we take our lime concrete, and we're just going to replace it to air. And simple as that. Look how quick those leaves came out. That is sick. I got to run my ads in like 5 minutes, and I tend to drink a lot of my water right before I sit down to start talking with you guys. So let me go ahead and get those out of the way. We'll do any kind of... need to do a little bit right here. Give me 1 second real quick. There we go. That's a little better. Very nice tree, thank you. Yeah, I think that came out okay. Look how quick that was. Worst case, yeah, it's because we already had the branches inside. I think that came along really, really well. We'll see if I can't extend it. You can see it made everything really flat. That's very flat. That's probably because I didn't have any of the branches coming out here. So we'll shape that a little bit better. You see, since this is a forest, we'll be walking around. I want to make sure we're doing good to make everything look good from a 3D angle. We're gonna get dizzy, chat. I'm gonna get a bit dizzy, but I really like how this tree came up, especially for something we just threw together like less than an hour of building. We got 3 trees already. But yeah, let me go ahead and run my ads. I'm gonna be right back. Don't go nowhere. And Maze Riel is back. Okay. All right. So as I was saying, it's a little flat. So let's go ahead. We'll grab our. We'll have to keep that in mind next time. We'll do this. No, not you. Sorry, somebody did say if we do the game rule random tick speed 0 and you can replace them with Axiom, it should work. I'm just confirming if the tick speed is part of the block's data when we place it with Axiom. That's good to know. It might be a... It might just be a bug that they are saying if it might be fixed next version. But yeah, I want to get this reminder off my bloody phone. I know my mortgage is due. It's nearly the beginning of the next month. On the one hand, yay, one more month closer to fall. I love fall. Summer's hot. On the other, I know I have bills to pay. Half my 90% of my calendar is just bills I have to pay. So let's do that. And you. That right there already worked a lot. That helped it not just be as fat. So we'll have to keep that in mind. That it makes it a little too flat in some areas as we move forward. Just that one block should fit. Ooh, no. I think a block hanging out there will help. These are one of those weird things where you can kind of get away with something like this, and it actually ends up looking better for it. Just some hanging, like, breaking gravity leaves, because it gives it that airy feel. Like, you already kind of know there's a branch there, per se. I think that helps out a lot. Still feels kind of flat. What if we take these bad boys, just bring it out, and then in here we'll do that. That's hanging a little too high though. Do that. Let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and I'm saying the word go ahead a lot. Yeet. I do know it won't trick with trees, and this is definitely not stuff I'm picking up from a bunch of much smarter builders than me, is to like, I have a lot of trees in my backyard. You do see all of these little branches sticking out. I could probably even get a little fancier with it. I can come over here if I wanted and do something like this, and even get like let's grab a candle. Boop. Like that. Like, that wouldn't be bad at all. You definitely get away with stuff like this. Heck, probably just put a candle. Boop. And there just get just a few more pops of like branches coming out. I'm also still having that conversation in the Axiom Discord, trying to learn. Do we like that? I don't know if I like that. That might be a bit too tall for this kind of tree. You know, we might be able to get away with it here, though. I grab my candle again. I like it on that one. Maybe on this, and then on this one, since it's a taller tree, we do it like this. That's cute, but no, I think that, and then this with the candle, I think that's good. What a nice little detail. Yeah. I'm vibing it. Looks like a cattail. It does, yeah. I've seen candles used as cattails, especially on glass. Candles are super good. They're just super good for like small details like that. I actually have one over here. You might be able to see it all the way up there. I stole that. I think Dino showed me this, and I'm sure he stole it from somewhere else. Like, you were an artist. But yeah, that's how you get like that real small peak up there by getting smaller and smaller. Like, you would never know that's a brewing stand unless you kind of knew what you were looking for or you zoomed in real close. But from back here, you're not going to see that. Well, you can from like right here, definitely. But yeah, I think it works out really well. Fly over here. All right, so like, yeah, 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good. You know what? I think we can even get smaller if we wanted to. Do we want to put it right there, or just make a new platform here? Move everything. Make a new quick platform. Boop. 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, if I want to do this, do it right, because I'll end up doing the whole thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just to confirm. Perfect. Perfect. Just keep my OCD firmly in check. Oh no. So I don't know if you guys saw it. I do have like the tinker, which is pretty much the debug stick. If your hand is full, if you don't want to keep placing a bunch of blocks like this, you just want to make a quick adjustment, you can put it in your offhand. And if it's a block that can be tinkered with, you'll do it with your main hand. That way you don't have to like worry, like stress having an empty slot everywhere. And it's about as small as a tree can possibly get. It's pretty much just a bush at that point. Yeah. And then a little bigger, a little bigger, a little bigger. I really like how the highlighting on this one came along. I think that looks great, especially from back here. You can see how it gets darker and darker. And I bet you with shaders, it's going to look even better. Yes! Although my shaders are a little on the bright side right now, but I think that looks great. Okay, so from here, do we want to do, I guess we could just do like a lighter birch variant? Happy trees? I think so, yeah. What if I just literally grab the whole thing, and like I said, I wanted some birch variants, and really the difference between some birch and an oak isn't all that big. So we're going to do this, we're going to copy these over, and I'm just going to make lighter variants using the other blocks. Although I'm probably not going to be using the birch trapdoor anytime soon, but we have it as an option. Place grass on leaf blocks without a mod. Yeah, I mean, technically, you might be able to with like the debug stick, but yeah, I 100% agree. That would be super nice. It's actually something I hadn't even considered, especially since I have the dry grass as well now. So if we do, not infinite reach, but bulldozer, replace, force place, and no updates. I didn't think that would actually... Okay. Hanging moss on a leaf, but not grass. Oh, you're right, though. I only have the pale hanging moss, but I guess the closest I would have is the glowberry. which on this color isn't quite it, but yeah. For the grass, I think honestly we just don't have enough variance in colors, because like it would only really work on these brighter ones. You see, when I put it on the darker ones, I don't think it looks as good. Birch. Oh, you know what we can do? I can do type replace on, and that way I can just do this. Let's make this one an oak, because that's inside there. Literally just changing the colors to get us a different type of tree. The brighter leaves here, we're going to make even brighter like this. The darker ones, we're just going to darken down to the oak. Oh, no! But with this much brighter right here, look at that. I think that came out okay. Okay, so if we're down here, we'll start with the oak. All right, let's grab our lighter blocks again. This time we're gonna do block again. Oh, clear our selection. These are our oak leaves. So we're gonna go ahead and replace all of our oak leaves. Should be with the azalea leaves. And then that did remind me, no reason we can't do the flowering azalea bit. Kind of mix things up a little bit. Wait. Yep. Ah, crap. Game rule set. Yeah, I'm losing my trees. Hold on. That's superbly annoying. I don't think too much of my shape was lost, so I think we're okay. Now we can go ahead and do this. I think this just candle color is the way to go. Yes! Look at that. Look at that. All right. In here, we still have the block replace. We don't actually have to like try too hard. This should be oak because it's a little in the shadow. All the dark oak here is going to get turned into oak. Perfect. And as we get into the spruce stuff, we'll start getting into the birch. Kind of lighten everything up a lot more. Let's see. Keep darkening this up, or light darkening. I'm lightening this up. And we'll do the azalea up here. Add a few of these to have flowering azaleas, because of course we would. Not you. That's too bright there. Chat, did Maze cook? Do we have like all of our trees? I am going to come back and just replace this with the birch colors. That looks not great. That looks better. Ah, all right. I know birch trees do tend to be a bit taller, so and like lankier, so like a bigger version of this, essentially. I'm not as happy with this one. I don't think we're gonna keep this one. Fishy Buff Man, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Yeah, I'm looking at this. This doesn't really look like any birch tree I've ever seen, and I have a birch forest from my backyard, so I think I'm gonna yeet this. But I do like the oak. Dark oak one over here. I like the darker one a lot. We'll keep that. These three being like the different stages of this bad boy, perfect. Working out great. This being the different stages of this, perfect. And I don't mind the shortcut. Saves us a bit of time. Saves us a bit of time. And I'm perfectly content with those kind of compromises. But I think we're going to just do a specifically taller one, or even maybe a couple of taller ones that are just tall and straight. Because birch trees aren't generally like big, fat, split off things. They're very tall, straight. They grow like like really skinny pines almost. I should actually probably just grab some bloody reference images and stop trying to explain this poorly. Let me just give me 1 second, chat, while we're in Pinterest. Fishy, how are you doing today? How's your Thursday? Are you looking forward to Friday? Does it even make a difference for you? What am I making? I am making trees. Lots of trees. Give me a second. Making my throat sore with all the chatting. I'm yapping a lot today. This is my own personal project where I'm rebuilding World of Warcraft. Not block for block, but pretty bloody close. And I want to expand on it, improve upon it. So we started off here with the human starting zone, Northshire Abbey, where we got most of the interiors finished up. We got the exterior done. That's what we've been working on all week. But it's sitting in a forest. So I needed to build trees for said forest, and that's what this is. So we got a couple of different stages here. I don't like that on something that bright. Streaming on YouTube as well? Correct, Evil. Yeah, I dual stream to YouTube. That's why I have the that gold system. My reward system is cross-platform. That's not quite correct. It's multi-platform. It's not quite cross-platform, but YouTube chatters earn the same way Twitch chatters do. But that's why the bulk of my redeems are on that rather than in just Twitch. Yeah, I don't like this one. So I know we just made it, but we're gonna yeet this one because I want this. This is gonna be my row O birches. There we go. Are we just gonna do a taller version of this? Let's. 1 sec. Please disable my ad blocker to get more. Wow. Pinterest. Shut up. I'm never going to disable my ad blocker for Pinterest. Are you out of your mind? That's not happening. No. You guys can't even figure out how to like get rid of all of the AI. How am I finding so many AI generated birch forest pictures? Are you kidding me? I swear they just feed my search right into a prompt generator at this point. Concept art, my butt. AI modified, my rear end. That's just AI generated. Jagoobers. I'm never really gonna get away from this, I know it. Does that have to be one of the better pictures though? Maybe it's because I used forest instead of tree. Save my soul. That's a good looking tree. Save you. Excuse me, no items match my search. Give me 1 second. Hey! Wake up! My ass I'm knocking on. You. There we go. Now that I've done that, file, open reference image. Ta-da! The drawing, and I don't know what's going on with the hooves at the bottom. I swear to God, I think this might be AI generated again. But essentially, this is it. Like, they're long, they're spindly, and most of the leaves are up at the top. That's all I was trying to show you, nerds. Anyways, I'm gonna do that. Imagine having to go through all those hoops just to do that. Oh, you know what I didn't do, and we should. Add in a bit of those. Yep, that looks better already. Perfect. We're gonna get in here. We're gonna mess with this a little bit more. This is just kind of like this. I know it looks kind of like a spiral, but I'm limiting to what I can do in Minecraft. Okay. One of the big things that I really, if I can get really good, I think the last big hurdle for Minecrafters when it comes to building really immersive forest, and we're kind of getting there. It is the hold on one second. I remembered. What does this look like? Kind of dark and tannish. I know, I got a little distracted. I think that'll look better on the ground. I don't think we're getting that in a tree. In an autumn tree, maybe. Because the orange is in there? If we do have like a proper autumn tree. I don't believe World of Warcraft. I don't believe Blizzard actually has an autumn zone. Am I out of my mind? Am I not remembering something? There's a lot of really... Oh, they do. They do. They do have an autumn zone, and it's kind of a cheat, because I think they only have like one of them, and it's Silver Moon. That's where all their reds and oranges are. Home of the High Elves, Silver Moon. I don't think they've done a real autumn zone since then. Huh. I'll have to remember that. Might add a few places, like a small autumn grove or something. I think that could be used for some autumn trees, like in the as a transition between the green and the orange. Okay. Let's see. Ba-ba-da-ba. Birch fence. Kind of like what we did over there. We'll place that. That one there. That there. That there. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Right, I don't have forced updates on right now. Kind of smooth that out just a bit. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do Control C. And that's going to keep it at this. Now, however I place it, doesn't matter. However I place it, it will always place in the same orientation, hence it being all purpley. Now I don't have to worry about like erasing and putting it back on over and over again. I'm going to delete that though. I think that looks a bit better. Well, yeah. Birch trees do have a tendency of their bark kind of peeling off, so it makes a lot of sense for some of the strip to be there. What do we say for this reference image? You can see like they spindle out, but the leaves are, honestly, they're not very leafy trees. So we're gonna, well, let me put, yeah. Might change some of this down here to the oak variants. Use you. And then as it goes up, it gets brighter. Maybe? Maybe. We'll see how that looks, especially when we add those leaves. Turn on our updates for a bit, just so we can, like, I don't have to go over each and every single one. That on top. Yeah. Right there, that's where I wanted you. Kind of want a branch coming out at this 45 angle. Maybe have this one do the same right here, kind of go at a little small 45. Remember, branches tend to always climb up, never down, so we do want to keep that in mind. And it makes sense that, actually, I think this, because like it's not going to just like randomly do it. Let's move this up a single block to make it look like it's coming off of this point. This is coming off of here, off of here. This is kind of figuring its life out right there. Let's see, I can do the same thing down here as well. So up, up. You see how it's kind of coming off from here now? Okay. Like that. And how we dress this up isn't really as important as just kind of getting it here. We can kind of just do this to break up how our branches are. And add some trapdoors there, a trapdoor there, or even just on top, because since it's a gate, it'll sit on top flush. But a leaf won't, you know, however you want to do it. And then we come back to our shape. It doesn't have to be a high diameter. We're going to keep it the lime concrete. We're going to do this. Why make this hollow? No. I have an idea. I have an idea of how we might do that. But let's bring this out first. Bring our range down a little bit. What would be cool is a meta ball where I can tell it to ignore a certain block or like ignore the same kind of block if I want to meta ball a bunch of other areas at the same time. Because like it is going to latch onto this if I'm not careful. And I would like to be able to do that in the future. I think that would be a very helpful addition. Kind of don't hate this too much. Paste a copy right there. Be down here and just add a little bit more. To these trees here, or to these leaves. Paste a copy, and then we're going to break this out. Now what we're gonna do is we're not moving the leaves yet. I'm still gonna have to place that by hand. The other one I had placed. Yeah, we already kind of have a leaf shape here, though. I think that's coming along really well. Now let's grab these, and we're going to grab our noise painter. %, straight up just air. That didn't really work out the way I was hoping. That tool's not working the way I was hoping to get it to work, but it's fine. We are going to go ahead and do oak leaves, the darker portion. It's going to be all underneath here. I got that question answered for now. I don't need that anymore. What's this? All right, we're gonna grab all this. I'll break that one. gonna be interesting when I'm actually like at a point where I'm ready to like showcase this. I haven't done a proper showcase video before. No idea how I'm gonna do it. Actually, I think this should still be a little dark because it's on the inside of this tree, and we're gonna need to connect all that. And then we kind of slightly lighten it with the dark oak leaves. Those, the dark oak there. Azalea right there will help. The oak. The oak. I think this tree's coming along really well, if and I do say so myself. No, it's not what I wanted to do. For spaces this big. The next time we do, when I next go to like change all of this, we might see, oh, the auto shader might not work with these because they might not still be persistent. I guess it doesn't matter right now because I just turned off my tick. I don't know how transferring this to another world will have worked though. I don't know if it'll remain persistent if I do a copy paste on a world that still has tick speed. Which, like, I would like to have tick speed. Like firefly bushes don't work without tick speed. Oh, at least that's going still. That's fire. No, I didn't want to break that one. I do want to go ahead and grab... Chat, Maze do be thinking he's cooking. I think this is coming along really well. If it's not, lie to me. No, I think this is coming out great. Still a little blobby. We're gonna fix some of this. We're gonna make sure that it still like connects to the tree as well. Obviously, it's a good start. It's a really solid start for the tree. We gotta fix some of like up in here where it's a little too flat. Oh. Gotta be up in here, it's gonna get way too flat, so we want to reshape this a bit as well as we go along. I'm trying to be consistent with the light, kind of making it look like it's coming from right here-ish. It's not gonna make a big difference in the long run, but I thought it would look good if we're like try to pretend to be consistent. And what we can do is we're going to do a magic select. We're going to go ahead and do solid, clear this, grab this, control R, and we're going to take our lime concrete and just yeet it out. No more lime concrete. That's okay. We got real empty in here, but we can fill this up. One part with like just this. Make my life easy with just that. That's not hard. And then we get back in here. We're gonna grab these dark oak leaves. Gage Peterson, that one Ducky fan. Hello, both of you. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to the stream. He's got me in the middle of some cozy trees. Lots of trees stuff today. I need that to get shaped a bit better. Pop some of this out and bring it in. I didn't mean to break whatever I just broke. Oh, that's fine, actually. You're doing good? Excellent. I'm happy to hear it. Who's excited for Friday? Weekends are meaningless to me, so like I'm genuinely curious. Like, who's excited for Friday? Thanks, Bot of the Axe. Bot of the Axe, Bout of the Quacked. I read Axiom and said Quacked Bot at the same time. That's still kind of blubby. That right here. This one right here is kind of blubby. Gosh, dang it, blubby. Doing pretty good? I'm happy to hear that. Oh! How to fix blubbiness. Let's grab our dark oak leaves and we'll Quack. Thank you for the redeemed Quack, Ducky fan. Coming in from Twitch with that. Break you? No. Break you? Yeah. Could not tell you why that looks better than it did, but it just kind of does. Kind of just feeling it out. Vibing it out. And then, of course, we do want to get in here and extend this. the bare minimum, I think what we want to do... One, we can go ahead and replace these. I am going to yeet this, and we're going to... I keep it thin like that. I think that works. And then we can come back up here. Played Quack and you redeemed a random sub emote. Ooh, you got the crying one. I use that one all the time. Like I've ever had somebody actually do a redeem sub emote. Thank you. Oh. But yeah, you guys came in. Like I said, we're doing a bunch of trees. We're starting real small, real young. And going up, you got a little oak tree there. And then we got this going up into a birch tree. I'm pretty happy with how this birch is coming out so far. You're just kind of fixing some of the blobbiness that came about when we built it in Axiom. We placed the trees using Axiom, and it kind of just made everything break that. A little too square. I'm going to do infinite reach, and we're going to be very careful here. I think that helped out a lot. And like, a part of me wants to fill this in, but it also makes sense from the tree standpoint that it's not. Another thing I really want to be careful of is that the trees look good from all angles. I think this one kind of does. And we're going to be building more trees. Don't worry, guys. This is kind of just magically floating out here, though. So let's fix that. But how? That ain't it. That ain't it. That's kind of it. I don't think it's going to get much better than that. And then what we can do is cheat a little bit. And we're going to tinker that out. Because why not? Because we can. We can. There's no rules saying I can't. This is my world. I'll put you there like this. And then break that one and that one. And that one. I think that floats a bit better. Yeah. And how's this looking with the shaders? Let's melt that PC. I gotta say that's it. I gotta say I'm happy with that. And then what we can do now is turn off shaders. And because it's the birch, we're using these much lighter leaves. We can get in here with this. A good point. It is a happy little tree. I think so too. Oh, and we didn't do our little trick here. That doesn't look as good on that end. It kind of works better for that. In the darker areas here, from a distance. In the darker parts of the tree from a distance? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, dang. Put this in the darker leaves right here. Like right there. No. There. What if we just straight up replace this one instead? We do that. Ooh. Yeah, that's really nice, actually. Was I completely wrong about the firefly bush? Is this a goat? It's a lot brighter in there, but what if we do it on our edges to kind of like edge highlight on the darker trees? Like in here, it's not edge. It's kind of edge highlighting, but it blends with that birch wood so well that I think that's really cool. But for here, where my brightest parts of the tree are, up here. Yeah, it was me fault. The brightest part of the tree, it's a little, because it's tall, but what if I do it like here, keeping it at about the same height as these blocks? If I were to put it here like that. I think May's just cooked a little. Oh, I really like that little pop in there. I really like that a lot. You barely see it. Like, obviously, the grass helps a lot in making things look leafy without getting that texture pack that everybody loves, the data pack that everybody loves so much. But, oh, that's so good. When it's just like a hint of it. Oh, that's so good. So we might be able to put it there. I don't want to go too overboard, though. Let's put one in there. And then we'll still... This needs to stay on the brightest of stuff because of the way it... That's a happy little tree right there. And that's a happy little maze. Yeah! One second. I'm going to screen cap that tree. I'm going to drop that on my Discord because I know Dino loves little tree tricks. Resolution of that little screen grab is absolute garbage. Outstanding. I just threw it on. I didn't think much of it. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much, but dang. I like it on both. I like it on both a lot. And this is a bigger tree. Like, we can do... Might be able to do, like, this, but on a more straight and narrow tree. Put you there. And just for the sake of my OCD... Ah! Three. I know trees don't grow straight trunks like this. Just bear with me. We're testing something for the science of it. Trees do whatever they please. That do be true. Yeah. That's not fully incorrect, for sure. Except for, like, the one thing they don't do is they don't grow branches down. They just kind of don't like doing that generally. Okay, so if we do that, we do our shape. Really, I think what I might need to do first is remove the middle here. Keep just these. Mm-hmm. That's too much of a big blob. Blub, blub, blub. Some nice shapes. Yeah, it is still kind of real blobby though. And I don't know if I'm going to fix that. Because like ideally what I would do is like you can kind of see the shapes here. That's what I would like, but on all of these. And it's not going to do that because it's going to keep wrapping around itself. Nice starting point. That I agree with for sure. I think what we might do though is kind of what I had already done with like this. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3. So, do I have a 45? I do have a 45. What I might do, let's remove these. And instead of trying to do all of these branches at one time, might try to do. That's a bit too tiered. Oh. Almost. I think we clean this up and we might be able to get branches out of it. Also, I just kind of noticed, like, we don't really need that one there. Break all of this. I'll get demonetized on YouTube. I'm not monetized on YouTube as it is, but you know. Alright, so we have this. We take our noise painter. Oh, actually, before we do all that, grab our shape. Right now we have a sphere. What if it's not? What if it's not? I forgot we can actually test out some other shapes. Just kind of have a play, like what the cone give us. Especially if we actually give ourselves a cone. So like we have ourselves right here, a little 5 by, we'll say 5 by 5 cone. Little 5 by 5 cone right here. If we increase the range a bit more. Make it a 3 by 3. So it's not as drastic. Whoops. We rotated it. I can't say that made too much of a difference. And if we flipped it straight upside down? Still can't say it made too much of a difference. Thanks guys for sticking through the ads, by the way. I know Twitch's ads are super fun. I can't say they sped anything up. The hope would be that I could come in and like grab from here over, you know, like grab just this branch and post it higher. But I don't know if I'd be able to do that. At this point, I'm pretty much just building it out by hand again. Actually, these branches come out and they kind of just tuft up here at the end, so don't really need most of this. Gotta be up early for work, so you're gonna bounce? Hey, absolutely not a problem. You're gonna go tonight rest. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did. I'm just gonna keep building little happy trees here. So you go ahead and delete this. You have a good night. Thanks again. Gonna keep it kind of aired out. I am learning that when it comes to trees, it's really about being okay with just doing it over and over and over again until it looks good. Grab you, you, and you. Thanks, bot. Now, the hope is that I can grab this without clinging on to anything else. We got, let's see. Oh, you know what? Ah, no, I wanted to keep that, but I didn't know an idea. It'll help this tree look a little bit better as well. Taking all of here to here and boop. There. a little flat right here, so let's go ahead and fix that. I can't say I hate that. You can't really tell that I copied the same, I don't think you'd be able to tell too easily that I just copied the same branches over and over again. We could always go in and clean those up a little bit if we wanted to, change it up. There's no reason this can't be that. This would end up being that. That's okay. No. Up, up, down, down. Like that. Just kidding. That's an interesting shape. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. I think that's a good looking tree, all things considered. Doesn't look half bad from any angle.
Switch toolbar. Narrator. Switch toolbar. Narrator. Off.
Okay. I know the keybind is control. Can't really search by keybind. Oh, key B. That's not helpful at all. Okay. I guess I'll just have to be careful about that. Oh, and of course, finishing touches, which I did want to see if he happened to. Yeah, give me a second. I'm confused by something. I gotta see if I'm missing some in the Discord game. You guys are. I'm gonna be muted for just a minute. And like that, I'm back. That was fun. My little World of Warcraft guild there. I guess they're doing something for Classic, and I'm not playing Classic, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Tree. Is that too flat up there? I can fix that with one block going away. That didn't fix it at all. I was wrong. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. I'm very happy with all of this nonsense and nonsensory. Very fun. I guess we're gonna do another one. I kind of want one, two. Birch trees are fun. I kind of want to get 2 more birch trees. So we have like 4 full-sized ones, and then we have these 2 for the small, and then the teeny tiny are here. So I would like to get 2 more birch trees, and then I kind of need to do the same thing again for the oak. For sure. So let's, I think the way to do it is this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. And we're gonna do a move. Ta-da. Am I missing anything? No, I'm not. I'm perfect in every way. Perfect. I don't know what I'm going to do with these ones back here. Genuinely. Might as well finish the grid, or my brain's just going to be angry at me. Pop. I'm really surprised that I like this in the dark one too, but from like a distance, I think it works. In this, though, it's so good. I can't see it in there anymore. Yeah, like right there. It's right behind. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so flat right there. I just noticed. That's better. Okay. I'd say 2 big boy oaks, like real big ones, need to happen as well. I have that. I should just make a folder in here for trees, though. Trees. Now, I'm just going to pull up Pinterest again right quick. I'm going to look at some oak trees. Thaddeus just went live. Okay. So let's look. Let's look up some oak trees. Ow, 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 ow. Actually, if anybody has some of the concepts of some of their trees. Grab some screenshots of some of the trees in Elwyn Forest. Oh boy, I have to adjust to streaming a bit later. Figure out how to like better pace my life. Can't really find any. I guess we can just. It's an oak tree. How hard can an oak tree be? I'm gonna start with the spruce. Actually, start with our dark oak. I think is what we were doing. Yeah. Yep. You know, just go ahead and. Haha. I guess something kind of like this, but just bushier leaves is really what an oak tree is. Kind of close to what we did over here. I just know I want it to be bigger because there's a lot of bigger trees. Oh, you know, I can just look at screenshots of Elwyn Forest. Will that give me something? Boy, there is a lot of art of Elwyn, which is great. I haven't taken any screenshots. I did with the Abbey. I took a ton of screenshots, but I bet you like the wiki has some. Yeah, I was right. Just kind of really big, thick, basic trees. WebP. I don't know if that'll actually open up in here, will it? No, it won't. It needs to be a JPEG. Bro, I'm kind of hating that the internet decided let's change everything to WebP, but I got a way around it, and that's called screen capping the bloody image and saving the screen cap with a proper JPEG. Thank you very much. That's how you do it. Savers. Technically it's a PNG, but you know. digress. Did it work? It worked. Kabam. And pretty much this is what a tree looks like in Elwyn Forest. Real basic. I think we can do a bit better. Some of these are real fat, so we'll definitely do like one or two of the real big trees. And I think the reason they did that was like, one, it kind of fits the aesthetic, but also it is an MMO, so they have to deal with the fact that your camera's way up. Like this is your character. It's like 2 blocks out. That's your character, and your camera's way up here while you're doing stuff. So like you don't want to be like clipping through trees. Like I've been in places with a tight camera in that game, and it is a nightmare to just like be clipping through trees and everything. It's like if everything's this short and you're like trying to look down, you're like, it's just kind of a nightmare. The game is not built for you to be way up close and personal. Get off my lawn. So we'll definitely do some much fatter ones. I think birch wise, this is fine, and they're gonna kind of just be sprinkled in. So I both love and hate that tree. We'll tinker. But as we saw, there's also some thinner ones. That's going to be something that we try to replicate a bit better as well. Honestly, it's kind of just that bad boy right there, but this. So let's see if we do. Thinking. What if instead of a single block, which would end up looking a lot like that birch over there, what if we go ahead and use our path tool and see what we can do as far as making some space, some shapes. We're gonna grab our path tool. We're gonna change you to the dark oak wood. Oh, clear selection. Override a radius, bring that down to 1. And that would work.
Can see clear through the smoke you created. I feel my feet on the ground and they're shaking. How am I supposed to save the situation? Why the steps getting wasted even though we feel the same? Would you hide me in the dark? Let the worries go away.
Why is it getting bigger at the top? I don't understand. Oh. That's why. Because I was doing it wrong. My lord. I don't want to get it. I don't want it to be too incredibly big, but it does need to be like big. Ah. I think 1 or 2 variants of this real big one, and then the rest of this for filler is going to be when we make a paintbrush. Right here, we want to override this radius to 1, and this is a 0. That way it fits better. You can see it's already kind of like just automatically blending in. It kind of starts off like that. Pretty smart tool. I love Axiom so much. It do be the big help. Let's see. Bring this down more. I think it would like that. Do that. We need to bring it in another, and then over another. That makes sense to me. And we're probably going to trim a little bit of this top up here as well, where all these branches are coming from. Just a little. Well, at least when it gets too silent, my bot will keep chatting away. Ah! That last one. Let's delete you. You know what I need to do, and I haven't done, but it hasn't mattered yet. Catmull from new Bezier curve. That's how you get a nice smooth curve out of your branch. It's gonna curve. Gravity will bring it down just a little bit, like that. Yeah. Zorsh. I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot. Okay. So what we can do now, we're gonna grab all of this. We're gonna do up and down straight like this. I'm gonna test this version. We're gonna do an auto shade. We are definitely gonna do our own custom palette. It's not gonna be that. And let's see, I want dark oak wood. You want spruce wood, and then oak wood. Ah, you're right. The spruce is darker. Go ahead and redarken this by hand, I guess. That's fine. That's okay. Is spruce darker? Not really, no. Okay, let's... I used the oak kind of sparingly, but I'm not too displeased with this, with that log. I'm gonna have to move all of this though. So we are gonna do a magic select. We're gonna grab our entire solid here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and duplicate it out and rip it out here because I'm about to like mess with some stuff. So let's grab a shape and get rid of you. I don't think this is gonna work out in the slightest. No, that won't work out at all. How do we want to do these ones? There's a couple of different little tricks for leaves, but I don't know how I want to do these. One that I want to do though, I do want to get back out our path tool. I feel like up here is fine, but we should get like a branch or two where it's bending. Let's grab our path tool again. Kind of want to fill the space that's right there a bit. Do that with this. Freehand select some of this here, just the edges of these. Trigger update. Kabam. I don't know if you guys will believe me, but I really don't have a vision in my head for this. I'm kind of just going until it feels right. I know that sounds real surprising. I'm sure it seems like I have a master plan. I just gotta know. Okay. That one. Okay, that didn't work out how I was hoping. I was hoping to be in the back of that. But that'll work, and that'll work. Analog lever. Create mod. Interesting. I'll remember that. Make that look all knotted up, I guess. break in 3 minutes. Not a lot I can do about that one right now. Okay, I think I'm about hitting my limit for the day. It's about the 3-hour mark. So before these ads start, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there, and go see what my wife is doing. She should be off work. So thank you guys for watching. For those who hung out and lurked and chilled, I'm gonna be back here. If not, it's Friday, so yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, we'll knock out some more of the trees and see what happens. See how we do everything. Thanks for hanging out, and as always, have a great night. Ciao.